Forestry cocoa. Cocoa cultivation, a profitable business, competitive and environmentally sustainable in Colombia. The cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, called as the fruit of the gods by the Maya civilization, is an understory forest species which is originary from the Amazon and when dispersed globally by human culture. Today is currently grown by small farmers relying mainly by family labor. It is the main cash crop of several West African countries as well as parts of the Indonesian archipelago. These beans are exported primarily to Europe and North America to be processed to produce cocoa and chocolate in great industries such as Nestle and Hershey's, where quality is not a priority. Instead, sugar is a key component in this mass production. These extensive crops started once under the influence of the shade of native forests. However, today many alarms about deforestation have been triggered as national parks started to be substituted by cocoa plantations. As well is known, cocoa in South America and the Caribbean is grown under agroforestry systems that intends to imitate the Amazon tropical rainforest in which cocoa was originated. In this type of agroforestry system, the multiple species that accompany the cocoa have a double function. On the one hand, they provide a moderate shade to the cocoa that allows it to develop adequately because the young cacao plants need shade and shelter to avoid severe physiological stress arising from direct exposure from sun, soil properties, and a protection from competing weeds. The spaces left between the furrows are used for planting the short cycle crops, which generate short and long-term income for the farmer depending on the species and its season of harvest that generally permit income along the year. This is especially important during the first year of crop development when resources have been invested. They are usually staple crops such as corn, plantains, cassava, beans, papaya, and in some cases vegetables. Some systems, depending on the extent of the plantation, include a second level of crop, which is a medium-sized tree that could be citrus, different kind of palms, acai, coconut, araza, and more. On the last level comes bigger trees that rule the canopy, such as trees for timber production, lattice production, or scarce woods for conservation, as there is a reward for planting endangered trees in Colombia. This type of production system has great advantages for small producers compared to the monoculture system since it will not depend on a single product, but on crops from different production cycles that will contribute to their food security and in some cases with the surpluses to improve their cash flow. Furthermore, this type of system has a positive impact on the environment, as it helps to better control erosion, reduces the harmful impact of soil erosion, and reduces surface runoff. Similarly, the effect of the increase in organic matter in this type of system favors the biodiversity, both at a macro and micro level, creating an ecological balance that enhances opportunity to the system, contributing to an increase in species richness and diversity which support the trophic chain, reducing the possibility of increasing population of pests, diseases, pathogens, and weeds that could threat the cocoa plantation. In the early stages of cultivation, the benefits of the agroforestry systems are varied. In the first 2 years, corn, yucca, and plantain are produced, which is important because it allows the cocoa farmer to obtain income from the crop and makes the cash flow less negative in these early years until the cocoa starts and stabilizes production in the 6th year, multiplying income as the system matures. On a basic model created by Fede Cacao in Colombia, the first year of utility by hectare is negative 3,000 pesos. On the second year, the number turns positive to 1,500 pesos. And by the 6th year, from 6 to 20 years, after having finalizing crop cycles, the utility can get up to 100,000 pesos by hectare. After the cocoa starts producing and the system is stable from the year 7 to the 25th, this agroforest system offers a constant profit throughout the year that may be invested in replanting timber that has already been harvested. There is a long list of native timbers, trees that can represent a good price for wood in the market, as national timber is scarce, being substituted by eucalypts and pine plantations that once were native forests. Today's cocoa farming in Colombia is considered one of the main economic activities, as that could guarantee a sustainable development to the farmers, as its quality and unique characteristics such as aroma, exotic flavors, and exclusive textures create first-class chocolate admired around the world. Thanks to the discoveries of new varieties of Theobroma cacao that inhabits the forest in the wild Colombian geography, its proper agroforest cultivation rose the product on the international market, competing with traditional champion industries as Brazil and Ecuador. This is considered as an important opportunity to encourage social development. The government is motivating landowners and enterprises to invest in this agroforest system in order to improve the rural economy and looking to offer a much higher quality chocolate production. New brands with foreign investors as cacao hunters are looking around the country the best strains of cocoa to sell globally a great chocolate quality that has already won many international prizes, making one of the best chocolates in the world. As well, they become an additional economic benefit for farmers and represent an attraction for financing investment projects at the regional and national level, given the carbon market is gaining enormous potential worldwide.